Hello and welcome to a new review on ChinaMobileMag.com. Today we are having a look at the Voto X2, which has been provided to us by AndElive.com. This phone is kind of a remake of the Yumi X2, based on the 1.3 GHz MT6582 quad-core processor and equipped with 1 GB of RAM, 4 GB of internal memory, a 12.6 megapixel rear camera, and dual SIM support. So let's have a closer look at the device. As always, we first have a quick look at the phone's accessories. Here Voto seems to save a few bucks as there isn't that much stuff that comes with the phone. The phone is delivered in this carton box on which the Voto V is engraved and consisting of several small icons. On the rear we do find some sticker with some information in Chinese on it. Within the box we find next to the phone a power supply, an adapter for the power supply, a warranty card as well as a white micro USB cable. A user manual as well as headphones are missing. The design equals the one of the Yumi X2, so Voto did not change anything here. On the black front we find a silver phone call speaker as well as the front camera. The sensors are not visible. Below the screen are three soft buttons which are ordered differently from most other phones. These buttons are back illuminated but visible without illumination as well. Also, the placement of the physical buttons is different from most other phones, as we do not find anything here on the left side. On the lower side we do find a voice microphone as well as the micro USB port, and on the right side are the on-off switch as well as a volume rocker and a headphone jack on the top of the phone. On the back we find the rear camera and next to it a LED flash. In the lower half we find the Voto logo as well as various signs, among them the CE sign. The speaker opening is there as well, and the material used for the rear is sparkling a bit under direct light. The removal of the rear is working easy and fast. After removing it we are looking at one micro SD slot and two normal sized SIM slots. Below comes the battery and again below the media speaker of the phone. The design is basically nothing outstanding and is looking rather simple. Something that is kinda standing out are the rounded edges of the glass front and the with 200 grams rather high weight, which is giving a qualitative impression. In terms of the screen, Voto decided to use a 5-inch OGS panel which is operating with a resolution of 1280 by 720 pixels. The screen is very bright and is displaying content very sharp. Colors are looking natural and vivid. Here we didn't find anything to complain about. Pixels are visible of course, but only if you are looking at the screen from a short distance. During normal usage you will not be able to see them. Noteworthy are the viewing angles of the screen. We are not able to see any fade out of the content or inverting of the colors when looking at the screen from the side. Even the brightness is almost not getting lower when looking at the screen from the sides. The touchscreen is reacting nicely, but you need to put some pressure on it for good results. In our benchmarks, the Voto X2 reached 16,990 points in the Antutu benchmark, which results in a ranking between the Google Nexus 4 and the Samsung Galaxy S3. This is standard for MT6582 phones. In 3D Mark, the phone reached 2,885 points in the iStorm Unlimited test, 2,008 points in the iStorm Extreme test, and 2,963 points in the iStorm test. The Wilamo HTML5 test resulted in 1934 points and the Wilamo Metal test reached 502 points. The GFX Bench test was giving the Voto X2 381 points. During real-life use, the Voto X2 was able to satisfy us during our test. The operating system is running very smooth and without any lags. Here you can see the Google Maps app running. Surfing the internet is working very smooth as well, even when using multiple large websites in multiple tabs. Our usual test games such as Asphalt 8 and Dead Trigger 2 are running very well and mostly smooth on the Voto X2, however Real Racing 3 is lagging a bit but was still playable. During multimedia playback, the Voto X2 made a good impression. HD contents are played smoothly. Unfortunately, YouTube videos are lagging within the YouTube app, but this is the case with all MT6582 phones and seems to be like a bug that will never be solved. The audio quality through the internal speaker is loud and clear. Here you can use Viper 4FX to get even better results and enjoy a nice sound for a phone. Audio output over the headphone jack is loud and clear as well. We did like the Wi-Fi reception quality of the Voto X2 the best. Here the phone did surprise us by providing almost perfect reception in all conditions. GSM or 2G reception was working just as well, but unfortunately we were not able to establish any HSPA connection. The maximum we were able to use was Edge. GPS reception was working very well. Out of the box, the phone did receive 7 satellites at 2 meters of accuracy. Inside the house, the fix was lost immediately. Bluetooth was working perfectly during our test and with a range of 10 meters. Battery life of the Voto X2 is surprisingly good. Voto says that the battery has a 2500 mAh capacity, but this does not seem to be true. As you can see the printing on the cell itself shimmering through the paper wrap around the battery, and it says 2300 mAh. Still, the battery is lasting 1 day easily, and many people will probably even reach 2 days with it. Charging the phone takes around 2 hours. The rear camera of the Voto X2 is a big disappointment. Video recordings and close-ups are working very good, but unfortunately landscape shots or similar stuff are totally unusable. They are not sharp and you can almost see no details. This seems to be some kind of a software issue, but results in the camera being the worst one we have ever seen inside a Chinese phone. The LED flash is not usable as it is too dark. Surprisingly, the front camera is creating very nice pictures. Our final conclusion regarding the Voto X2: this is a phone with an average design which is creating a qualitative haptic impression through its comparably high weight. The performance and screen are okay for the price of just $148. The battery life was able to satisfy us as well, even though Voto is telling lies here. What did not satisfy us at all, however, is the rear camera of the phone and the inability of connecting to 3G networks even though WCDMA is supported. Another absolute no-go we noticed is the high number of pre-installed Chinese apps. These should be removed immediately and before using the phone, as one of these apps is trying to send a SMS message to China as soon as a call is being made. This can become quite expensive if you don't notice that. All in all, we believe that this phone is not really worth buying, as you will receive more for your money when purchasing other phones at this price level. Whoever still wants to buy himself a Voto X2 can do so through our sponsor and elife.com, where the device is available at 138.79 US dollars when using the coupon code Voto X210. We hope that you did like this video and would like to see a thumbs up, a comment, as well as a subscription to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you soon.